Hey guys, sorry I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing all right. I'm gonna try and make some content again soon. I'm just not myself, as you can probably see. Um, basically, recently I was forced to endure a medical procedure that everyone is constantly being told is safe. And I'm not having a great time of that with this. Just for the record, I've had COVID, and it didn't affect me like this. So yeah. Anyway, of course I can't say what's happened. Just I think you can get some form of idea. Anyway, so if you want to say hi or anything, just leave a comment and let me, say hi. I'll try and get back to everyone. But yes, anyway, if you don't want to watch me with like blood dripping out of me, because I'm going to put some images of that up because I think it's important that people get to see some of the worst side of this stuff. Um, oh, fun thing! I got my first aider training as well. I wanted to share that with you. That's one of the reasons why I've done a medical thing on Space Station 13. Anyway, so yeah, basically, where should I begin? There are a large number of problems that I have with the system at the moment, and although I know that there's going to be quite a few people who recommend for me to go to a doctor, I've spent my entire life not going to doctors. Spent my entire life not going to hospitals. Last time I went to hospital, they did an incredible fuck up on my arm, and it looked like crap. So that's a nasty little piece of bruising. That. But basically, I was asked to go in by my managers when I fainted outside the office at work, which is not good. I've been close to collapse several times. A lot of people will say, "Well, Alex, you should go to a doctor. You should go to a hospital." I just don't. I spent my entire life not dealing with these people. My faith is very much against having any form of medical treatment. I will find a way of getting through this on my own. It's just how I am. I'm a stubborn, horrible pain in the neck to work with. Um, but anyway, I want to talk to you a little bit about the problems that I have with this enforced medical procedure when it comes to care staff. Because it's one thing to say, oh, well, if you don't want it, if you don't like the idea, you can leave your job. Well, you try leaving 27, 28 people who are really important to you and just abandoning them. Um, there's a care home, I believe, in Spain where something similar happened and everybody died. And that was a horrible experience. I just think to myself, I can't abandon the people I look after. So I had the medical procedure. Funny thing, isn't it? The first time you trust doctors to look after you, you end up being completely and totally screwed. So, what are my problems with what's going on at the moment? Well, 1984 Public Health Control of Disease Act. This thoroughly states that you cannot make vaccines a mandatory part of a government regulation, and everything that's come into play at the moment is a government regulation. This is important because you've got you've got your law, which is how the world is. You've got the acts of law, which the Public Health Control of Disease Act is, and the government regulation is controlled by that. And under Section 45E, it states specifically that you cannot have vaccines enforced as part of a government regulation. This is not a legally enforceable government regulation. Companies should not have gone through it. And I had a big argument with my company about this, which is not pleasant for me. I don't like being a problem, but I had a big argument about this, and they didn't respect my rights. Then you have a case, which is Montgomery versus Lanarkshire, which is um, very important because at the moment we don't know what the long-term effects of this are. I mean, what I'm suffering with at the moment, I don't know what the long term effects are. I've got it under control because I noticed that when I had blood coming out of me, that the blood was much thicker than normal. So what I've been doing is chain smoking to deal with the problem. Um, it's been quite effective actually, and it's stopped the nosebleeds. So yay! But it's costed me quite a lot of money. So it's pretty. pretty hard, but I'm going to find a way to get through this shit. It's just, yeah, anyway. But basically, in Montgomery versus Lanarkshire, when it comes to things, you should be able to give yourself the right the right to make yourself medically exempt if you can't have informed consent, and we can't have informed consent with this this medical treatment. We can't have informed consent because we don't know what the long-term effects are. A lot of people have said and argued with me, especially at the beginning when I found this to be a problem. They said, "Hey Alex, what do you know that's more than doctors and scientists?" Well, it's like, I know that professionals use Tresemme. I know that was it 9 out of 10 doctors prefer Lucky Strike. I know that yeah, if you're a pregnant woman with a baby, doctors recommend it for your child's health. I know that doctors have recommended thalidomide. I know that doctors recommend a hell of a lot of things, and I've seen doctors recommend things that have killed other people in my industry by giving people medications that have conflicted with each other and caused catastrophic damage to patients and residents. I've seen doctors arguing, well, people have bled to death in hospital as well when I've brought people into hospital. So it's just like, why don't you focus on the goal, I don't have a lot of respect for, funnily enough, working in the healthcare industry, I don't have a whole lot of respect for doctors, and it's really put me off, on top of my faith, it's really put me off of trusting them with anything. So yeah, doctors will lie, doctors will say anything. And one of the interesting things is, it's like we've got so many people saying this is scientific fact, especially that quack in the US, Dr. Fauci, and he is a frigging quack. All right. Yeah, basically, I can't stand him. Yeah, he says this is a scientific fact. Well, I'll tell you something. Gravity, something which we would normally assume as a fact, is just a theory. A large amount of science is still theory. We do not know what fact is in regard to this because we do not have time to gather the facts. And if the media is literally censoring anybody who doesn't provide who can provide a counterpoint to things. I'll tell you something, if there's a scientific fact out there, it's easy to dismiss people who come up and say, well, we disagree with your, so-called facts, because you can dismiss them really easy with your studies and with your actual facts. But if everybody's being shut down when they try and talk about anything, you don't have fact there, my friend. You are being lied to. There's quite a few people who've drawn comparisons to all of this stuff between what happened with the Nazis in World War II, and well, you see it. Wir mussten sie unvaccinated auslassen. Because the unvaccinated are clean, and apparently they're going to infect all the vaccinated people. Come on, man, really? If these things are effective, well, they are effective. I mean, look at me. I'm a bloody pinnacle of health right now, aren't I? I've never felt so great. And yeah, here we go again. So I'm just on my way through town, trying to live my life, trying to be a normal person. And yet again, the nosebleeds, they just keep coming. Oh God, this feels great. Anyway, I'm gonna have to cover this up because otherwise people are gonna look at me like I'm some kind of freak. But yeah. So some people aren't receiving any form of bad effects from these medical procedures. But as you can probably see, I'm getting a little bit. I'm getting a couple of bad effects from them. I just come into town to try and help my friend's business, and the blood just keeps coming. Anyway, there's only so much blood in the human body, so at some point either I'm going to drop or I'm going to run out. So we're going to find out what happens first. Anyway, oh God, I feel like shit. I mean, it's it's like something that's been happening a lot when you're not actually fazed by it anymore. You're just used to this amount of blood just pouring out of your body. It's really quite something.
And the thing is, all the people who say that these medical procedures don't create some sort of horrible effect in people or accuse other people of talking shit, well, they can go fuck themselves, because, you know, this is not exactly fun for me. I'm not having a good day. I've got blood all over my favourite coat. I've got a bloody... oh, shoot. I've got it all over my hands. It's really not nice. Oh, dear. But, you know, so you got some sort of idea. It's not exactly the most fun experience. And make sure we use that weight side. Oh my god, it's all over my coat now. So much of it. I'm just going to start using the other arm now, because, you know, it's starting to get a little bit boring, you know. But the thing is, it just keeps coming and coming and coming. And this is amazing and incredible, and 100% don't recommend.
The thing is, this whole situation, it's very easy to see why how easy it is to turn a population against people, and it's really quite worrying. Anyway, I think to myself, you know, I don't like the way that the world's going at the moment. It's kind of disturbing to me, and I don't like how easy it is for people to say. I mean, if these things kept us safe, why would we be bothered by people who hadn't had this thing? Then it would just fall down to personal choice. You can still spread the damn thing.
A lot of protection against serious illness and death, but it doesn't protect you against catching the disease, and it doesn't protect you against passing it on. So now is the time to get your booster.
And this is a problem I had with the care home regulations that they brought into the UK, right? If you can still spread the damn thing, then why the hell does it make a difference? I mean, we're already taking PCR tests, we're taking LFT tests, we wear PPE, we follow our duty, and we've done this throughout the entire pandemic, you know? And we've done a good job. And it just drives me absolutely bonkers, because it's like, then on the other hand, you've got emergency services, you've got nurses which come into the care homes, like paramedics, things like that, the police if necessary. You've got all these different people coming into the care homes, right? And oh yeah, you've got the families and friends of the residents, personal private carers, people who come in every single day, and none of them have to undergo this medical procedure. So, you know, it's like, if these people are coming in and out every day, some of which are not even aware about how to use PPE properly, it's just like, I've got a bit of a problem with that, you know? It's... yeah, because it means that we shouldn't be forced into this situation. All of it's a load of nonsense. You know, I voted Conservative. I voted for the Conservative Party, not for a fascist dictatorship. I was expecting more of the same, which was pretty good up till that point. But my current leader of this country, Boris Johnson, is no Conservative. He's betrayed the people of this country. And frankly, I'm very ashamed of him. All right, and all of these other people, it's like Jacob Rees-Mogg was caught out the other day being, you know, a complete and total smeghead, and I'm very disappointed in him as well, because I used to have a lot of respect for this man.
You are all very carefully socially distanced. We've moved, I'm pleased to tell you, from the metric back to the imperial system. I know you were at least 2 inches away, which is, as I understand it, what the regulations require during the social...
You know, but what do you know? I suppose people would say, well, you should have voted Labour. Well, you know something, I'm glad I didn't vote Labour, because I think it would probably have been worse. But we'll never know, and that's the problem. That's the argument which gets thrown out all the time. It's like, but, you know, we'll never know whether or not, you know, it would have worked under these conditions. It's like, nah, if you shut down the transport in this country before COVID, if you pushed inflation up by smashing up the minimum wage to 10 quid immediately, if you did all of these different things that they were planning on bringing in, this country would have fallen apart as well. And I do believe that things would have been followed in the same way by the leadership of this country, regardless of who was going into power. Because, I mean, if we look at Starmer may be criticising things, but I believe he's greenlighting a hell of a lot at the moment for someone who's criticising so much. Come on, man. At least provide... I want Corbyn back. At least he had a backbone. Jesus Christ, this guy's like a bloody flatfish, just flopping around. Just get him off the stage, bring back the Corbyn. At least he was a challenge. Honestly. This is just so depressing. But yeah, life in this country at the moment is getting me down. I have come up with a way of dealing with the nosebleeds. I noticed the blood was quite thick, so what I did is I started smoking to thin the blood out. And when I started smoking, and I chain smoke a lot at the moment while I'm coming up with a way of dealing with this crap, I noticed that I was able to move better, think clearer and everything else. So maybe those doctors that talked about cigarettes back in the day, maybe they had something. I don't know. But basically, it's been quite helpful to me to do smoking. And when I've had breathing problems, because it's like I run out of breath a lot at the moment. You can probably hear I'm gasping a little bit at the moment. Liver is very, very good. And if you don't want to eat liver, multivitamins is good. Because whatever the case, I think something's wrong with the blood. That's what I'm taking away from this. Anyway, I've rambled on for far too long. I am a stubborn git, so I'm not going to seek medical attention, because I went into hospital. They told me I was fine. I was great. I had blood coming out of my mouth. I collapsed on the floor. They told me I was fine. When I was forced to go in. And they gave me that blooming bruise. Anyway, sobbed a lot of them. I'm going to get better, and I will try and get some content up for you soon. I'm so sorry that I haven't done it in a while. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. And I really appreciate all of you. And it's been taken a lot for me to force myself to make this video, really, because I've been really nervous about how it's important how you appear to other people, and I like to always be smiling and stuff, but I'm trying my best. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Stay safe, everyone. And also, if you end up with the same symptoms, I've been like you've got blood coming out of your nose, or you're coughing it up at all, I would recommend trying liver. I would recommend trying smoking, just to see whether or not that has a positive effect. I will come up with something else to deal with this nonsense. But
hey guys, this is one of the Pfizer bloody headaches that I've had after my vaccinations. So I just wanted you to know that it's not exactly affecting me very well, and I've been having these quite a lot, but I actually decided to record this so that you would see exactly what the hell is going through me with my body at the moment. So basically, after having my jabs, I'm having these kind of reactions, and they're not exactly good. Anyway, I hope you're doing alright, and I'm just gonna go and deal with this shit.